Everybody wants to be successful, and yet we all have different ideas of what that is. Finding success is the journey we embark upon to go and get what's ours. We are willing to travel down within to find our greatness buried deep inside of us, questioning society's views and flipping the script, putting our own stamp on life. We're here because our future is within our control. Finding success is how we grab hold of what is possible. The relentless pursuit of success starts here. Alright guys, welcome back to episode 5 of the Finding Success podcast. Today's one's going to be about instant gratification. So Mr. Adam Dodds, what is it? What is instant gratification?
Instant gratification. So the meaning is immediate satisfaction, instant pleasure, and reward at once. So to me, that means, for instance, starting this podcast, or your friends, someone starting a podcast, putting it out there and expecting hundreds of millions of thousands of subscribers of downloads and whatever you have, and expecting all the millions of pounds to come your way. So you're looking for, one episode out there, and you expect everyone to listen to it at once. And you and me, and probably half the world knows that that isn't the case.
Never going to happen.
But things like Amazon, things like McDonald's, fast food, instant deliveries, that kind of puts our mind and kind of says, actually, instant gratification is pretty easy to come by.
Yes.
And it isn't.
Yeah, their business models are built off of our need for instant gratification. Yeah.
And we all know that instant gratification just isn't the way to be or the way to live. So yeah, that's it. End of episode.
See you later.
Done. No, instant gratification, as I said, it's a big thing. And I think if you haven't had instant gratification, then I don't think you've lived, because I think everyone in their life, especially me, I've had instant gratification. Whether that be, walking to the shops, and want to get there quicker. I want to get there quicker. It's instant. I want to drive. I want to get a Lamborghini. Get that Lamborghini. I want it tomorrow. It doesn't happen like that, does it? You have to order it and so on and so forth. So, I think again, everyone who's had instant gratification at some point in their lives.
Yeah,
100%.
Sure.
And I think especially people going to the gym have had instant gratification, because I had a conversation with my friends the other day, and he was like, "Oh, mate, I've been going to the gym for 2-3 months and I ain't had no gains yet." And I'm like, well, you can't just go to the gym for 2-3 months and expect to be
Arnie Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, it doesn't happen like that. Ronnie Coleman doesn't happen like that. No. Okay, Ronnie Coleman was a bit different, maybe, but at the end of the day, training was a big part of his life, and he understood that it had to take a long time to get to his goals. And just we as a whole, this sort of new era of people coming in, sort of 2000s and after, and having the iPhone that tells you whatever you want in life. If you want to order a parcel, it's going to be there tomorrow. Having that, if you want to get fit in 90 days, or if you want to be the next richest man in 30 days, it's all online. I mean, everyone can go and see that. But the people that are actually behind the scenes, me, you, are working hard and actually realise, becoming rich in 90 days isn't impossible. And everyone has a different means of rich, I know, but rich or successful. But it's not the case, is it?
Not at all. I think that's the phones. You're just saying about the phones. That's almost destroying our generation from destroying their. They've literally got their world in their hands. Any information they want to find out within 30 seconds, we do it all the time.
Yeah.
You go, oh, what's the name of that bridge or something like that, and you just find it.
Do you want to know something very, very interesting?
Yeah.
In America, in majority of the states in America, they have stopped teaching kids, like 10, 11, 12, 13-year-olds, geography on what is the capital of each state in America, because they can't be asked, because they can look on their phones.
Wow.
And that is new technology, and I found that out the other day. That is very, very true. It was on the news in America.
They're literally not teaching that side
of geography, because if you want to learn something, you've
30
got
seconds away from finding out. Wow. That's
shocking, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so, as you said, the new world of the internet, and we're not old, but we grew up without, some of our lives, we grew up without internet. And so going to school and learning about things like that, you have to actually take in stuff. And sometimes it actually wonders, it shocks me whether people's memory are actually going to be shorter.
Yeah,
because that form of not retaining information.
That's a very good point.
It's not going to be there, is it?
I remember half the country or the country's capitals because of that. Whereas if I just look at something on my phone, a fact on my phone, I've remembered it for that 30 seconds that I've told the group of people I'm talking to, and that's it. It's gone.
Yeah.
I don't know any of the facts I've looked on my phone.
But if you want to find it again, you just type it back in.
Oh, yeah. That's almost bad.
It's scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
But as I said, I think everyone has experienced it. And if you haven't experienced it, then I think you need to relook at your life.
I can almost guarantee everyone would have. The biggest one, I think, for the most people that's going to affect is the lying. The hitting that snooze button, not getting up out of bed.
Yeah.
That is, I think everyone does that at some point.
Yeah.
And that's instant gratification. You should be getting up and cracking on with your day. But you're just going, no, it's nice and warm and I'm sleepy, so I'm just going to rest my head down here. And that is the most, I think, is the most common one.
But that and like as you just said though, that is a way of getting rid of instant gratification. As I said last week on the podcast, is about setting a plan, and that is how you can deal with the instant gratification. Is to set a plan, have goals, and work towards those goals. And again, you need to understand that you're not going to hit them. But goals actually can cure instant gratification.
Yes,
100%.
Yeah,
100%. I think having a plan and sitting down and working towards that plan and understanding and looking at, for instance, if you had a YouTube channel and you saw someone that had, I don't know, we'll take a big KSI, for instance.
Yeah.
We'll take a real big YouTuber. He's probably got millions of views on each video that he does, for instance, right? But what people see starting a YouTube channel, they see that big number, that views that says 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, and so on and so forth. And they start a YouTube channel, put a video out there, and they think that they're going to get 1, 2, 3. They're going to put like what do you call it, thumbnail? What's the thing that like a thumbnail that catches people?
Yes,
like, it's almost like a fake message.
Yeah.
People see it and think, oh, I'm going to clickbait. That's it. They're going to get all those things on it, get all those views on it, and they click it on it. They've got 14 views and 13 of them are themselves because they've checked to make sure, see if anyone's watched it yet. I think that is. It's just such a common thing nowadays.
Massive.
Such a common thing. But as I said, I think how to deal with instant gratification is writing a clear plan. That's one way to deal with it. I think, actually writing a clear plan, understanding what your goals are, what you want to know, what you want to do, how you want to look like, what career do you want, how do you want your life to be overall. I think, writing a plan out is very, very important.
Yeah.
So you understand, okay, it's going to take me a year, 2 years, 3 years to look like Mark Wahlberg or Zac Efron or everyone like that. I want a body like that. Well, yeah, but look at how long it's taken them, gauge yourself, and then work out how much of a routine they've put into that, and then you can be like that person.
How much time you are able to put into that.
Exactly.
Yeah. The
next successful, I don't know, like Warren Buffett, how long has that taken him to become the millionaire that he's become today? Billionaire, sorry. Well, look at him. He started at, the age of very, very young, reading books.
Yes.
Because of his dad.
13, 14, he started investing knowledge. And now in 93, is he? 93?
Oh, I don't know.
I think he's up there. Not far from that. It will take a few years.
He's getting there. And he's still working, still growing, still grafting.
Sure, he still lives in the same... He's only ever bought one house.
Yeah. But that's the same as Charlie Munger, though.
Yes.
He's
in California, though, isn't he?
Yeah, in California. But they're the same. They bought a house a similar sort of time. That is an unbelievable story, isn't it?
Amazing.
But that just goes to show you that setting goals and not giving up on that is...
And their success is obvious. The amount how much Berkshire is worth now is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
They announced how much cash they were holding in that...
the annual review, wasn't it?
Yeah. And it was in the billions. So.
Yeah. There's some questions were coming in about like... why have you got so much capital, and why do you not spend it, and why have you sold companies and stuff like that? And they were just like, well, we want to protect ourselves as much as everyone else wants to protect themselves.
Exactly.
We don't want to rely on the government. We want to have that instant cash if we need it. So
it's amazing.
It's very important.
When I did my analysis on Berkshire, just to get like an idea for it, I think they had about 7 years of operating expenses just saved up in pure cash. 7 years off.
But that is how to run a successful business, obviously. Because look at it. It's amazing. But going back to instant gratification, I think as I said, writing a clear plan, and I think any plan is better than the plan that you have already.
Okay.
Because the next plan that you write is going to be better than the one you've already written. And if
Okay.
you haven't written a plan, then writing a plan is going to be better than having no plan.
Okay, I see.
For instance, planning the barbecue.
Yeah.
If you plan a barbecue, the barbecue happens. But if you don't plan barbecue, it's not going to happen, is it?
No.
So planning something is very important, and that ties in with instant gratification. I'm just saying, getting gratification for something, for instance, setting those goals, working out, and understanding how long it's going to take yourself, and writing that plan down, it's going to make a big deal than not planning anything at all.
Yeah, that works for me. But it works because I feel like if I write it down or put it on like a vision board or physically put it down in words, I would feel like more of an idiot if I don't achieve it or even work to achieving it. If I've got it in my head,
time, ain't you?
Yeah, exactly. If I've got it in my head, nobody else knows. Nobody else is ever going to know what I thought about. So it doesn't matter if I don't achieve it or go for it. Whereas if it's written down, I've got it there. When you're in the wrong mindset, your mind is in the wrong frame of mind, wherever that is. You can go back to it and go, "Oh, I really wanted that.
Yeah.
I really wanted that. So let's get back into that zone.
Carry on.
Get cracking on, yeah. Making that plan."
What's the most recent instant gratification of your experience of your journey so far?
What do you mean?
Like, when's the last time you had instant gratification?
Right. Last night.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to lose a bit of weight, but come back from the airport. This is what time do we get back? 8:30. And I just straight to McDonald's because it's instant food. It's quick and easy, cheap-ish, and it gets me fed. I don't have to go to shops, get something, go home, cook it, which is going to be better for me. It's going to be probably more enjoyable because I don't feel crap afterwards. Cheaper. It's so many upsides to going and getting the food and cooking it myself, but I just wanted that instant gratification.
Yeah.
Needed that Mac.
But understanding that some places instant gratification is allowable and other places it isn't.
Yeah.
Is quite a big thing, I think.
True.
Understanding that for instance, say if it was 11, 12 o'clock at night, Tesco's is closed, Sainsbury's is closed, Waitrose is closed. You can't go home because you've been away for a week, you've got no food in the cupboards. Where else are you going to go?
Yeah.
So in some places, such as eating, it's not a bad thing, but other places where it's as in, reading a book, not reading the book properly and just flicking through the pages. Oh, I've read that one. I'm gonna start a new one.
Yeah, not taking in the information.
Yeah,
that's a good
just
one.
read it quickly. Doing an online course for trading or investing. You see again, go back into 3-day courses of trading, which just doesn't exist. It's stupid. Like people that say, "Oh, you can be as rich as balls in 2 weeks." Well, number one, you're not going to be as rich as balls in 2 weeks because it just doesn't happen.
No.
So you do a 3-day course or a 2-week course that says, pay me $5,000 and I will show you how to be the next billionaire. And you pay the guy $5,000. He gives you a strategy, which is perfect, but you don't have to backtest it. You don't have to develop it. You don't know if it works. You don't know if you trust it. You do the strategy. You put it online. You work it out. You take 4 losing trades, and the 5th could be a winner. But because you don't understand how it works and you don't believe in the system, you don't ever do it again. You go, "Oh, this guy's a tosser."
Yeah.
I don't believe in the system, so I'm not going to use it anymore.
Wasted your money, your time, wasted everything because you were rushing for that goal,
that instant gratification.
Saw the goal and I want to reach for that.
And it's scary.
It's addictive. It's easy to fall into.
Yeah, very addictive.
Yeah,
because again, we all know someone that has been there. We all know someone that has been in that position that wants instant gratification and has to go, "Well, hang on a minute. Why don't I have these 2 million subscribers? Why don't I have these 50,000 downloads? Why don't I have all these pounds in my pockets because I'm trading?" It doesn't work like that.
Not at all.
I think that goes to show this year with, as I said before we started this podcast, and about Warren Buffett. He said that this year, 2020, 2021, has been the biggest flow of retail investors into the market. And that is people such as, someone that we were talking about before the podcast that we won't mention, who were just talking about, I've just bought Bitcoin. Well, that's good for you, Barry, but do you know how Bitcoin works?
Exactly.
You've just bought it at the high, at the worst place you could possibly buy. You've spunked all your money because you're so rich, you don't care. You've just bought Bitcoin to think, if every man and his dog's in it, well, why can't I do that too? I can be a crypto millionaire.
Seen it all on the news.
Yeah.
Going up. That's why I'm buying it. Going up.
Because it's going to the moon. But it's not the case.
No.
It's not the case. And that is,
that's a get rich quick scheme. They seem to think, that £1,000 that you spent or whatever is going to be 10 grand in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's just
because Johnny Davidson's does it.
Yeah.
Has done it once. Doesn't
There's
mean
a
Arthur
story of
Daly
a
can do it
geezer.
too.
Yeah. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
It doesn't work like that. And, this is the scary part. As I said to you before we started, we, sat down watching TV and you can see like eToro and all the small trading 212, for instance, at the small companies that people are very drawn into because it's on your phone, it's instant. Oh, I can buy some Apple today. Let's buy some Apple. You don't have a clue how Apple works. You don't know the background of the company. As I said, I'm not an investor. I'm a trader. I trade in the forex market, but I can understand that people doing that and not understanding how, don't have a plan, don't understand why they're buying it, don't understand the PE ratio, don't understand the backings of the company, what cash flow they have, how much debt they have.
They just don't. They're not even interested. They just know a brand and yeah. I had a friend living with us over the winter, and he downloaded the 212 app because it's so easy to do. They make it so easy. It's unbelievable. So easy to put your money into it, and it's so easy to buy. And you have no. I asked, so what are you actually buying through that? Just some shares in Apple. Like that's not Apple are worth like each share of Apple is a lot more than that £2 you just bought. So what are you doing? How is it? Oh well, I'm not really sure. Like, so you literally have no idea where you put your money. Like literally. And it's just it's painful from our perspective. It's painful, but to them, they think that it's not that they're doing bad. They got the right idea. They want to save money.
Yeah.
I know he was just trying to make money. He just wanted to make an extra £10 every night or something like that. But
is it a common thing in investing, instant gratification? From your point of view?
No, but that's because from my perspective.
Yeah.
Do I see it a lot, or do I?
Do you see it a lot? Do you see people that on the platform that you use, and do you see people that are just there for instant gratification, or is it quite scarce the platform that you use, or friends, family, for instance, anyone you see that are into investing and think that they can be the next millionaire in the next 10 minutes?
I've got a couple of friends that think that they're putting money into each week, and they're sort of wondering why it's going down in value at the minute.
Yeah,
because they just don't have. I don't know. It's so hard. Like the thing with the markets is they're so affected by what's going on in the world that they do go up and down. So if at the minute it was crashing the other day, and a friend was like, "Oh, my money's going. I'm panicking. Should I take it out?" I was like, "No, don't. Why are you taking it out when it's less? Just chill." And it's like, I'm losing money. It's like you've not actually lost any money yet. You've just lost the amount you've put in.
Yeah.
So just don't worry about that anymore. Focus on leaving it. Just don't look at it. I had to tell him not to look at it because he just couldn't help himself. But yeah, they seem to think it's going to be able to give them a house deposit in a few years after only putting like £25 in each month, and it's just
it's amazing.
I think it's the lack of education on it. You do have to, and it's hard to get educated on it. It's really hard. There's no one out there. They don't do it in schools. No one teaches you money. It's such an awkward subject as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Money.
I think again, for me personally, I don't know why, but around my childhood and my friends and family, we've been quite open to talking about money.
Nice.
I think it's changed. I think it's quite a good thing because you see those people, and you ask you go, "Oh, you're right. Do you need some money or anything like that?" And they sort of quiver away, or they don't want to talk about it, or I'll be all right. I've got loads. Be more open with it. If it's a person that you trust,
yes,
and you need money, then ask for money, and talk about money. Don't be scared to talk about money because money isn't evil, and a lot of people think that money is evil. And it's for instance, it's that form of putting that £25 into that broker, buying something and go, oh my god, it's going down. What am I going to do? There's someone on the other end taking my money away from me.
Yeah. It's again, it's just lack of knowledge about the entire world. It's how money works, isn't it?
Yeah. From a trading point of view, it's instant gratification is humongous.
Really,
100%. I mean, there's again, I fell accustomed to it very, very, very early in 2018 when I went onto a trading course for a day, and I was thinking, do you know what? This is going to be amazing. I'm going to be a millionaire by the time I finish this course. And it was a free course. I was like, Turned up at a place in Milton Keynes. There was some guy who's taken a course, and look back in it now, I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, what was he talking about? But at the time, I was like, yeah, so this is where you buy, this is where you sell. Yeah, okay. Now, how long does that your day? 5, 6 minutes. What? And you get a Bentley? I'm all in for that.
Yeah.
It's like, but however, you do have to pay this $2,500 to come and learn to trade with us a bit more. I'm like, well, hang on a minute. You've just said that I could do this in 10 minutes, but you want me to pay $2,500 to come to London. I was like, okay, well, I'll think about it. And then I properly started looking into education, and you just see people. I kept getting calling the phone from the same guy saying, "Are you coming down to London?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't got $2,500 to spend on your 5-day course." And even it's all on social media. It's you see people. You even get messages on social media, especially me. I think I had 4 messages the other day on Friday. It was like, follow Arthur Daily Trading or Forex Trading or something, and he'll turn £500 into £500,000 in a matter of 2 weeks. It's like, doesn't work. That's not true.
No, that bit's not true. But people are falling for that.
Yeah, and people fall for it very often.
Yeah.
I know a guy who he fucked up big time. He spent 20. I think it was $25,000. He sent to someone who he thought was a mentor.
Oh.
This company had made a fake profile of this person mentor. Sent him loads of messages. So here's my WhatsApp number. Contact me. Send me some money, and I will show you how to trade, and I'll get your money up to a big cash sum. Sent him $25,000. Blocked. See you later. Don't even know who he is. Don't know what he was. Chuck the phone in the bin. $25,000 is gone, and you have no clue because it was probably in a Bitcoin account or something stupid like that you can't trace because of blockchain technology. See you later.
Damn.
So just because
he had that, he wanted the instant gratification. He wanted it fairly quick.
Wanted that too. That he's going to get £500,000 in the space of 2 weeks. And just because people make it believable doesn't mean that it is believable.
Well, they're using that carrot on a stick to draw you in, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're getting you.
And this is why it's very important to do your own research on whatever you listen to. If someone tells you you can lose weight in 100 days or 90 days, okay, but do research on it.
Do your own.
Look at reviews. See how many people have actually done this. For instance, if it's like a diet plan, just drinking water for 90 days or something, and you're shitting like a racehorse or something. I don't know. And they're doing this plan and they're losing weight. Well, that's good on them. But does it suit you? Is it going to satisfy your needs? Are you going to be full? Can you last that long? Can you go 90 days without eating food? And so on and so forth. Is it just a liquid diet that is justifiable to you that will give you enough energy and you still look forward to doing it?
Done exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say just question everything.
Yeah.
And you just listed all the questions you need to ask. Is it right? Having me, yeah. Just question everything, even if it seems like legit. Just question it.
Yeah. And I think people who don't question things are the people that expect that instant gratification.
Yeah.
For instance, a guy on the platform again, he was asking questions. What doesn't work? If you find out what doesn't work, you can find out what does work quicker.
Yeah. Because
you're ticking all the boxes of things. So again, Forex, the currency pairs that I was testing, they don't work. So I've found 2 pairs, possibly three that don't work. They're gone. They're in the bin.
Yeah.
With this strategy, perfect. I can now move. I've got 3 less pairs I don't have to worry about that I know are rubbish. I can go on to the next 22 pairs that I can test to make sure that they do work. So ask what doesn't work, and you will find what does work quicker.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question. To you, in the mind of instant gratification, what is grit? Grit. Being gritty as a person, or what does being gritty to you mean? In the words
pure grit and determination, sort of.
Yeah.
It's almost obsessive. You've got grit. You've got drive to take you through the harshest weather.
You just answered the question that I was going to say. I was hoping you were going to get it wrong and I was going to humiliate you, but no, you got it right. So
what do you think I was going to say?
No, the answer is, as you said, the ability to perceive past failure.
Okay.
To continue.
So saying it,
yeah. Have something that you failed at, but because you're so gritty, you're a passionate person.
Yeah.
You can fail and continue.
Yes.
You understand that instant gratification it's just a word, and having that KSI thing, for instance, of having 2 million views. You can have 2 million views, but it's going to take you 6 years. But you're happy with that because in 6 years' time, you're going to feel so much better when it does happen because you've worked and worked and jumped those hurdles and continued working until you
see the bigger picture.
Exactly.
The long-term picture. Because there was a time where KSI was not famous.
Exactly.
He didn't just go on YouTube, like you said earlier, just didn't explode. It took him time. Same with anyone that big. It takes time.
It could be YouTube, it could be an investor, Michael Burry, for instance. It could be The Wolf of Wall Street. Look how bad that turned out.
But that still took him years, didn't it? It still took him. The film makes it look like it went quick, but it took him years.
It took him a long time from being this small investor to being the person that he became.
Even though that still, to be fair, happened pretty quick, then I suppose. In comparison to most other people.
Yeah, in comparison to other people's journeys.
But it still took years.
Yeah, no.
There is no shortcut.
I think, being a gritty or a grit person is quite important for me.
100%.
As I said, I think it was episode 1 or 2. You know, having that growth mindset,
being able to take failures.
Yeah,
I think that's the biggest. Oh, there's so many big things, isn't there? It's another huge factor, being able to take failures. If you can look at a failure and analyze it and dissect it and find out why it failed and move on, and I don't know, use it to help yourself grow or use it to develop your product or service into a better thing, you're going to be better off than 90% of people to start a business because
100%,
it's like with all these COVID companies that have, or not COVID companies, businesses during the COVID period, everyone that's adapted and tried to make themselves COVID friendly have excelled and done really well and will be okay in the future. The ones that haven't are whittled off and died, or just getting by on like stimulus from the government, but they won't survive much longer after COVID. So, grittiness, willing to fail, trying to learn from it. It's all just coming down to grit, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you want to survive, you will.
Being that gritty person, having that drive and that passion, and that persistence in working past failure. And as you said, that COVID thing is so true. I mean, how many companies do you look? You can walk down the high street and you can see, even like takeaway companies, for instance, that have, they've closed down because they didn't want to go online. They're losing so much money because they've bought all this meat that's gone off, and now they have to pay for restaurants and rent and people's wages and so on and so forth, and they're going to die
100%
because they didn't want to go online. But the people who have gone online
are going to be excelling.
And they're probably making more money than what they did if they had the restaurant.
They will be 100%.
But I think that's the same I think that's why, again, it comes bringing it back to a lot of people being retail traders or investors, is that people have to adapt or are trying to adapt, but they're going the wrong way about it. I think, some people that, again, this is why social media is so toxic, isn't it? Again, we could go to a massive story about social media and chatting to it for ages, but just, there's a start of lockdown where no one had nothing to do, and all you do is sit there on your phone and flick through and look at people that have got the Gucci shoes and the bag and the massive house and Lambo, and you're like, oh, mate, I'd love that. And then you see a thing that says, well, come and invest with me, and you just fall into that trap because you think it's true. And it's a dangerous game, isn't it?
Very dangerous. Well, the reason TikTok, I don't know if it was, but I don't think it was very big before the lockdown, was it?
TikTok, nah.
Yeah, it rocketed during lockdown because people had time to sit on their phones and waste 3 hours at a time just scrolling. That's why TikTok took off. And I think a lot of people, I don't know if it's just because we're on the internet looking at, like, we're on like Yahoo Finance and what's that? I've forgotten the platform we used to, like, Trading View. That's it. Completely forgot. What the word. I've been away for 2 weeks, right? It's been busy. I don't know if it's because we're on there all the time, so our internet's like giving us personalised adverts, but the eToro adverts and the 212 adverts and that Greg Secker geese is coming up all the time. I don't know whether that's just because of, like, the cookies giving us specific adverts, or just because they're pushing that because everyone's doing something similar. They're looking for ways to make money during lockdown while they're not doing anything. Yeah, is that related?
Yeah, and as we said at the start of this episode, whatever you fall into educational wise, whether it's we'll release our educational platform that we use at the moment, but we'll keep that for another episode. But whether it is you're looking to get into investing or trading or starting a business or Amazon FBA or anything like that, or real estate, and you see a video pop up on YouTube, and you're going to click on it and you're going to sign up a course, just before you do anything, i.e. Greg Secker, before you do anything, please do research, because no one can take his bloody gardener, take it into his house and make him a millionaire. It doesn't happen. All right, I'm sorry for people that have fell for that, and people do fall for that, and when you look at the big picture,
advert.
yeah, it is. Oh, Johnny Davidson comes in, he's chopping some weeds. Next thing you know, he's just
Been
made
given 700 quid cash, yeah.
So please be careful and do research. And there are scams out there, and unfortunately, people fall for scams every day, and we know that because some friends have fallen for scams. But just make sure that you understand what you're getting yourself into and what you're paying for, and where the money's going, and what you're going to get in return for your fee. You're learning the community that you're going to get. What assistance you're going to get if you're going to get an accountability session at the end of it. You're going to get partners out of it. You're going to get understanding, learning. Even companies now that have especially trading companies, some have linked with a broker, so you can do all the lessons and everything like that. And they go, well, if you sign up with JohnnyDavidsonTrading.com, we can get you £100 free.
Right.
And then what they do, so they sign up, they've sold them a course for 5, 6, 7, 10, 20 grand, or so on and so forth. And everyone that's a fake trading platform. Everyone goes there, they give them some cash to play with, and whatever they do, they've taught them the opposite. So if they think the market is going to go up, the people that understand how the market works, have done their research and done their time, and people who want instant gratification have gone to this company and wanted to trade, they go there to this brokerage firm, and whatever the brokerage firm sees that they're placing, if they're selling, the brokerage firm will buy, and if the person's buying, they will sell, because they understand that no matter what that person is doing, 90% of the time that they're going to lose. As I said before, 90% of traders lose 9% of their capital in the first 90 days of trading. And so there's brokers individually set up out there to catch people like that. And there is educators that are feeding those brokers and getting a big fee for doing so.
That's horrendous.
So not only is the educator making money off trying to fake educate someone in Forex, but they're also getting a fee from the brokerage firm, because they're spending money and they're getting cash from those commissions, those spreads.
Like setting pigs for slaughter, isn't it? It's quite literally you're setting people up to fail. That's bad that people can do that.
But unfortunately, this world is easy to do that. You can click on a website now, GoDaddy.com or anything like it is, or get a free website that you can set up, get a programmer that program you some stuff, and probably 4 hours later you've got a fully up and running website that's fully working, that anyone can put money into and extract money from, and think it's realistic. Think it's insane. It's not the case.
Looks legit.
Yeah,
amazing.
It's just set up there just to get you spending, and
I didn't know
break
that
it down.
existed. Well, I knew there was some dodgy characters out there, but I didn't know it was that bad.
And that's why a lot of people who do sign up with individual Forex educators, and they get bad rap, and then they sort of change their name, change their face, and do something else, and then they start it all over again. So you can never find them, and it happens all the time. It happens all the time, and that is why it's so important. Someone who's had a fixed name out there. I'm not well. I know a trader for a long time now. He's been trading for many years, probably 20, 30 years. He's been through multiple trading platforms. And the one that I use now, he's been there for ever since it started, but he's stuck there. But all the trading platforms he's been to, he said, they're out there talking shit. They're out there talking shit. And he taught by himself. He learnt by himself. He kind of developed a strategy. And the platform that I use that he's there now, it's just such a breath of fresh air, because everyone here is genuine. And all the other ones that I've been to are so fake. So you do have to be very careful. And I can guarantee you now, it'll be the same in invest education, and it'll be the same in talking Spanish. You probably go on to, I don't know what it is, Fiverr or whatever the website is that you can learn, and there'll be some guy who speaks Russian who's trying to teach you Spanish, and he's gone on Google Translate and said, said you a Spanish word and it really means suck my bum or something. Do you know what I mean? You've got a clue what he's saying.
No, true.
And he's just taking your money, changing his name, and on to the next client.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
That's everybody having instant gratification. The person teaching or the fake educator got instant gratification because he doesn't care about actually serving a purpose. He just wants to get that cash and get out. which is what he's doing successfully because he's applying or using the customer's instant gratification for wanting to be able to know information or earn money or do whatever the thing is straight away. So it's a killer. That can really hit you hard at Instagram. Take you down to your knees.
Do you know what? Just one more story. At work, well, a very close friend that I won't mention his name. He signed up to a platform, and I think he saw it on Facebook. Came up on Facebook, and he said, "If you pay me £20, I will tell you winning bets." So he signed up to this platform, and he's paid £20, a monthly fee of £20. And then he come to me and said the other day, he goes, "Do you know how many customers this guy's got? Like, how many has he got? Like 200,000 people." So he's got 200,000 people paying him £20 per month individually to tell you what bets to put on and how to win the bets. I'm like, I'm sorry, but unless it's through his own platform that he can make money off and bet against you or something on sort of, somehow it's going to be fixed.
Yeah.
But people are doing that.
Really?
And think of how much money that makes you.
Oh. You're laughing.
Yeah. Every month, people, 100,000, 200,000 people are paying him £20 a month because betting and trading and investing are all the same things in the long run. They're all putting money down in the markets and expecting it to go up or go down. And people are doing that and expecting the return.
Oh, is it betting on the markets?
No, it's betting on like
football.
Horse race, football,
fuck.
Golf, rugby.
Really?
Yeah. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And that is just scamming beyond your wildest dreams.
That's great. But that's them prying on their... Is he making more than the 20 quid each month from the bets he's putting down? Or
don't know. He might. Well, I think you'd hope so. But again, by the turnover of customers, if you signed up for £20 a month,
do 3 months.
Yeah, well, even if you do 1 month, and he's got 200,000 people because of the Facebook ad that people are clicking on and the clickbait and the rolling audience it gets.
Amazing.
It's just going to grow, and the people that we're going to replace people that leave because they know it's a scam. But there's always going to be people that overlook reviews and continue to
they just see the gold and
feed in.
Yeah,
instant gratification. So to wrap it up real quickly, then. So as we said, instant gratification, dangerous as nuts.
Yeah.
Instant gratification can be very, very dangerous to someone who's not understanding of it and uses it in the wrong way, the wrong frame of mind. Again, as I said, instant gratification can be okay in some substances. For instance, if you're dying of hunger and you've got nowhere else to go to Mackey's and get some food. If you need a wake-up call, go to a coffee place and get coffee. But realistically, you can go and make coffee if you want to, if you've got coffee in the house.
Try and avoid it wherever possible.
Yeah, exactly. And 100% instant gratification does not exist, or it shouldn't exist, in learning.
Yes.
It should not exist in investing, in trading, in becoming a content creator, having a podcast, starting a YouTube channel. It shouldn't happen. Don't expect it to happen. Don't do that at all. And if you do that, catch yourself quickly, and you will understand when you do that.
Yeah.
You will know. As I said, put a plan for it as well. Making a plan.
Nice.
Avoid setting those goals, understanding that, again, Warren Buffett wasn't the billionaire in 10 days. So understand that it took him, I don't know, he's probably working it for 70 years or something, isn't he?
Yeah.
Understand that overnight he isn't a success. So understand that, if you are an investor or a trader like myself, understand that it takes people a long time to become successful.
Stick to your plan as well. Yeah. And that's the biggest thing. Write your plan down, like you said. Stick to it.
Any plan is better than a bad plan is better than no plan at all.
Even if you tweak it every month or
just add something to it, take something away.
Yeah.
The understand of becoming rich and changing it and so on and so forth.
Because you will change, especially if you we've spoke quite damningly about getting education and finding mentors and that. But it's one of the best things you can do is invest in yourself, trying to get educated.
Yeah.
So if you are on your education path and you find your plan has to change because of certain reasons, just change it. But just make sure you change it right down. Follow the new changes every time you change it.
Yeah, and when you do find a mentor, do research on them.
Yeah.
Understand what they're doing. Follow them on social media. Make sure who they are. Read reviews from people. Message people that are with that platform. Say, is this guy real? What's he about? Do your research.
Yeah, normally if they're on there, they're willing to help as well.
Patience pays at the end of the day. So if you're patient and you don't just jump into something, it's going to pay you in the long term than it is you spending £2 on the course that you think is going to be
sleeping on it,
Yeah.
at least. I find that helps most. If I've got a big decision, I'll just sleep.
It's like going back to the shops, isn't it? If you want something so badly, and you really want it there and then, you're going to go back tomorrow because you want it.
Yes.
So put it down.
That's
go
a really
home,
good one.
Sleep, and if you really want it, it's still going to be there in 2 weeks' time, or it's going to be somewhere that you can buy it. So go back and get it.
That's a really good one. So, quick story. I know you're trying to wrap it up, but I'm telling the story. In lockdown, we saw Nerf guns at Tesco's.
Yeah.
Big, bright orange Nerf gun. And me and my housemate was like, get him! So we fucking got them. It's like 50 quid for a pack of Nerf guns.
And it was probably like the little rubbish ones that shoot one bullet at a time.
They're trash. They're absolute trash. They don't work anymore. And it's like, if they weren't there, I would never have bought them.
Yeah.
Because it was good product placement from Tesco's and all that. Really good at like, but it's just we saw it, we wanted it, so we got it. It completely wasted our money. So yeah, if I went home and slept on it, I'd be like, no, I'm not wasting that sort of money on that crap.
I'm not spending 50 quid on a plastic gun that shoots.
I could probably make my own style, like rubber band and match or something, you know? Yeah.
One thing I want to finish on though is, as I said, focus on the effort and not the outcome. So focus on putting effort in, and the outcome will follow later. 100% will follow later. We know that if you're putting in the right effort, you're getting the right education. The effort will pay, and the outcome will follow. And also, if a friend is trying to learn, and they're on the wrong path, give them feedback. For instance, it's like this kid thing. Everyone gets a trophy. That is the worst thing you can do to a kid, because they expect instant gratification.
Yeah.
You'll give it your kid who's finished last in a race, or for instance in judo, if some of the kids just lost and he gets like a 10th place medal, and it's like, mate,
don't do it.
You're rubbish today, and I'm sorry, I'm going to tell you you're rubbish today because of these reasons, and I've recorded it, and we can go back to the club and we can rectify where you were rubbish, and then next time you might actually get third place, and you might actually get second place, and you might actually win. So giving feedback is a massive thing in instant gratification as well.
Yes.
Don't want to be horrible to anyone to say that you shouldn't be giving your kids instant gratification, but you don't.
Yeah.
If your kid's finished 10th in a race and the teacher's going, oh, well done, you done so well today, don't say that. Say, no, sorry, son, you're rubbish. Go out, do 100 laps, and next time you might be better. And that's the only way that people will understand that instant gratification isn't going to work for them.
That's almost teaching them to accept failure and learn from it as well, isn't it?
As you said to start the podcast, understanding where failure is, taking it, doing those extra repetitions, doing those extra push-ups in the gym, putting that extra plate on, staying for that extra 10 minutes, gets you a long
in the long term
on your journey to success.
Yeah, it'll pay off.
So, thanks for listening to episode 5. That is it. That is done. As we mentioned before, we do have an Instagram page. It'll be in the link down below. Go and give it a follow. As we mentioned about previously, if you'd like to get in touch with us, hit us up there. There'll probably be an email address below as well that you can contact us by, and that is open for everyone. If you have anything discussions, any ideas you'd like to discuss, if you have any mental health issues or anything you want to look for advice, any questions you have, I'm sure we can do a massive Q&A one day of the questions that we can get and answers we can give. So
reach out to us. We want to hear from you.
We're always here. So thanks for listening, guys. Episode 5, Finding Success. Wrap it up, Butson.
Success is available for everybody, so why should you settle for less?